start for Griffiths since the 5th of November. And will there be more fireworks from Brendan Rodgers and company? So managers shook hands. Alan Archibald, the Thistle boss. Brendan Rodgers makes his way towards the bench. Chris Davis next to him, who has been in the news after what happened at Motherwell. The win should be assisting Partick Thistle in this first half. A serving of Glasgow Derby fare on the Friday night football menu. Partick Thistle in 11th. Celtic the leaders. Thistle have Chris Doolan, as usual, leading the line. Slight change to the Jags shape. And Celtic gets the usual 4-2-3-1. Strong here at Firhill, February 2015. Armstrong has it again. Well, that's the one that got away. Stuart Armstrong. Goal kick.
Yeah, it was. And then try and progress. Eventually, you know, a top 6 finish. I think that would be difficult for them this season.
Erskine, allowed to supply the passes. Hesitancy from Celtic. It's a move. There was an inquiry about possible handball. It came off Izagiri.
He just gets in the back of the Celtic defence, and Izagiri throws his body. I think it gets him in the midriff. He can't give a penalty for that. I don't think it hits his arm, but from that range.
Very much looking forward to another Friday night game. Rogic. Patrick Roberts scored that classy goal against his parent club City on Tuesday in the Champions League, and Rogic carves out the corner. Roberts and Brown pushing it through. Mackay-Steven. Watching him was Lindsay.
Worked it well. Clever from Roberts into Brown. Mackay-Steven makes a little diagonal run across, trying to get that shot off. First time, but it was well blocked.
Is amongst the substitutes. Roberts. Nimble. Osman and Elliott doing the level best. Free kick it'll be to Celtic.
So good in those tight areas, isn't he? Terrific feet. Wins the free kick, and a chance now to see Lustig going forwards.
Armstrong and Griffiths.
He's not going to shoot from there, surely.
Armstrong runs over it. Lee Griffiths unable to catch out Thomas Journey.
I think he's a long way out. Waste of time. If you're a centre-half, you'd be having a word with Lee Griffiths shooting from there. No, he's capable. Can I shoot? See John Kennedy in the picture there. No, don't shoot. And guess what?
Okay, so he did get his instructions from the bench. Reminder that you can see all the highlights from this weekend of action. Monday, 6:30, BT Sport 1. Gordon had to be quick. Jordan was close to him.
Terrible back pass, wasn't it, from Mackay-Steven?
Craig Thompson almost getting in the way. Rogic. Celtic might be in here. Roberts and Griffiths. And a smart stop by Journey to deny Lee Griffiths.
Well, that could have been an assist from Craig Thompson. Little knock on in the midfield, and that's a good run, isn't it, from Roberts, who's onside. He has the awareness to pick out Griffiths. Griffiths would have preferred that on his left foot. Gets a shot in Izagiri and a move, and that's still going on. I think Izagiri take exception. A little tug on the shirt, not a lot in that. And there, he has a little push out at the move. Unnecessary. Handbags, Derek.
No James Forrest because of the hamstring injury. Roberts with the pass. And it's wild by Griffiths. He wanted the corner. He's not getting it.
think it was a corner. Roberts again, in off the line, decent ball into Griffiths, and on his left foot you expect him to hit the target. It might have taken a little touch. Ziggy Gordon. What's the shirt?
Armstrong and Mackay-Steven. He's not going to get away with it. Craig Thompson says free kick to Thistle.
Yeah, Welsh getting the screen on again. Craig Thompson. That's the right decision.
Celtic have won 14 of the 25 away games in this calendar year, and that would have been spectacular had Griffiths been able to bring it down. It all happened in a flash.
Well, Thistle asking for offside. I think interesting to see Ziggy Gordon's position, but Griffiths just lacked that first touch, didn't he? Had he taken that first touch, you see his frustration there. And they Celtic, and Lustig attacks it, just inadvertently puts it in Erskine's path. That's not a bad effort. And Gordon looks like he's got it well covered.
Rogic with the touch forward towards Brown. Rogic wants to get it onto his left foot, and Thistle looking a bit exposed. Out comes Czerny. Griffiths was making the move towards the penalty area, but Thomas Czerny to the rescue.
Well, he got away with that, Czerny, and Griffiths' superb run. That's about 3 times he's been in, and Czerny just gambles, and the gamble
difficulty. Quickly bowling it out. Gordon's got to get back in a hurry to deal with the threat posed by Mackay-Steven, and that was cynical by Ziggy Gordon. Tactical foul, knew exactly what he was doing, and it's a yellow card for Ziggy Gordon.
Yep. See the arms all over Gary Mackay-Steven.
Emilio Izagirre looked over towards the bench on that occasion. And it comes from Izagirre. Not much defending going on. But Craig Thompson intervenes anyway. Griffiths firing it towards goal.
Ziggy Gordon, Lee Griffiths saying, what was wrong with that? He's up. Gets Scott Brown in an offside position.
Well, they think it must have been some sort of push there. There was no offside flag.
I just wonder.
Rogic looks around him, uses Scott Brown. And Griffiths taking Gordon with him. Griffiths across the face of goal. What a ball that was! And Stuart Armstrong, simple finish. The breakthrough for Celtic. Just what Brendan Rodgers wanted. They'd had the difficulties in front of goal. Bertie Auld enjoyed it. 1-0 to the hoops.
Well, the first bit of real quality, and this is terrific from Griffiths. Just peels out, gets the run on Ziggy Gordon and puts the ball into a tantalising area. And Stuart Armstrong, a player we spoke about before the game, full of confidence, just gambles. He wants to make it his. And it's an easy finish. Terrific from Lee Griffiths. And 1-0 Celtic. Tremendous ball across, wasn't it? And Armstrong simply said, I want to make that mine.
Stuart Armstrong, who scored in his Celtic debut here at Firhill on the 11th of February 2015. Well, here they go indeed. Quite the season domestically for Celtic. Celtic supporters, Armstrong and Mackay-Steven now. Right on 45 minutes. Plenty of space in which to work, with Gordon standing off him. And Scott Brown, free kick.
Well, he's got to go in the book for that, doesn't he? And guess what? Extremely late.
Celtic with the advantage at half-time. Stuart Armstrong at one of his favourite grounds. A goal here at Firhill. But credit to Lee Griffiths, who's back in the starting 11 with Moussa Dembele on the bench. It was his ball from the left hand. Maryhill. And Celtic attacking the goal to our right in this half. Scott Brown. Christian Gamboa. Only his 5th start for Celtic. Great to have the pleasure of your company. Rogic. Gamboa. Caught by Elliott. Free kick to Celtic.
Shift. Just caught.
What does he have in mind? Celtic with the wind advantage in this half. Griffiths. Armstrong lines up the shot. Oh, that is a cracker from Stuart Armstrong. On fire. And he loves Firhill. Made quite the opening statement as a Celtic player here in February 2015, and it's Armstrong at the double tonight.
Yeah, I think my first impression, poor goalkeeping. Cherney, he's got his head down after that, should save it, goes under the body. It's a good strike from Armstrong, trying to bend it into the far corner, but that is hopeless goalkeeping from Thomas Cherney. Not going right in the corner, and he just dives all over it. Credit to Armstrong, got his shot on target, but that picture says it all.
Yeah, it didn't look convincing from Cherney, but you...
Just speaking about the importance of that second goal.
Now Rogic threading it through for Griffiths. Barton discomfited by Lee Griffiths! 3-0! Lee Griffiths back in the starting 11 and savouring the moment. No stopping Celtic in this Glasgow derby now.
All smiles on the bench, isn't it, from Celtic? And Thistle, quite simply, are shell-shocked. We've seen Griffiths do this before, and he doesn't give up. It's a poor ball, well anticipated from Gamboa. Barton takes a chance, but Griffiths nicks it off him, and that is a terrific finish from Lee Griffiths. What was that, 15, 16 seconds? Terrific finish. That will do his confidence every bit of good feet. Gets the ball set, knows where the goal is, bang!
10th of the season for Lee Griffiths. And it's his 10th career goal against Partick Thistle.
Argue, isn't it?
And now that was Booth. A piece of foul play. Just a free kick.
Oh, he's looking at the ball, isn't he? That's a sore one.
Well, he's being set. They've taken him to their hearts. These Celtic fans. Doesn't get to start too often nowadays.
No, and you wonder what goes through Lee Griffiths.
Well, hell for thrills, as far as the Celtic fans are concerned. Martin. Away by Booth. Craig Thompson went down. Was able to see the funny side. The fact that many think that he doesn't get cautioned enough for the first time. They do realise that he's going to be suspended soon, and that was a chance for Erskine. Celtic just switched off for a second.
Yeah, saw the idea from Erskine. Fell nicely for him. I think Gordon did well there and started backpedaling early. Read that situation well.
Earlier, Chris.
Good feet, doesn't he, Rogic, in those areas. Just gets caught on that right knee.
Well, it's catching. More personnel changes. Tom Kennedy just giving instructions to Ryan Christie. And Gary Mackay-Stephen trots off. First start of the campaign. It's one man of the North for another. So Rogic, I don't think it had anything to do with the knock necessarily, and he is going off. Callum McGregor will be the replacement. Highly versatile, McGregor. Scored the Celtic here in March. Welsh sliding it in, and that's a beautifully placed header by Liam Lindsay for Partick Thistle. Well, he's got them on the score sheet. The tall defender, no clean sheet for Craig Gordon tonight.
Well, whether that's marginal, may have been offside, but they had an overload on the far post, really sloppy from Celtic. And a 3v2, and Lindsay, it is a brilliant header, textbook header, looping it back across Craig Gordon. And
here is Callum Booth. Interesting one, and Thistle offside. Another one, but it's offside. Not going to catch.
Yeah, I think that is a really good decision. It was a yard offside. Terrific header, wasn't it?
Celtic on the front foot. Izagirre pulls it back. Roberts couldn't quite find the target. Patrick Roberts.
What a terrific ball. Weighted pass from Christie. Good spot, and Patrick Roberts just gets underneath it. Should score.
Slack pass it was. Griffiths weaving his way through. Lee Griffiths! And the outstretched glove of Thomas Cherney. Crucial for Partick Thistle.
Persistent, wasn't it, from Lee Griffiths? Little nutmeg. Lindsay weak in the challenge. You fancy Griffiths there, don't you? Didn't start it far enough outside the post. But credit to Cherney, terrific save.
67th minute. Well, the Lisbon Lions, 1967 Lisbon Lions honoured. Armstrong and Lustig heads it back. Edwards. Celtic get on with it. Izagirre. Armstrong keeps it on the ground. Christie involved in the game now. Armstrong not to be. And we're seeing this at every Celtic game now in the 67th minute. Lisbon Lions never forgotten. And one of them here tonight, the great Bertie Auld.
Yeah, there he is.
Former Partick Thistle manager. I have to say, those of us of a certain age remember his Thistle team. They were very hard to beat, let's just say. Make it 4 or 5, still time for them. Partick Thistle back in the contest, thanks to that goal by Liam Lindsay, and then another one disallowed. Sean well. But another rhythmic Celtic performance.
Thistle, an option which they haven't had in this game.
And Scott Brown on the receiving end this time, not best pleased.
Things don't change.
But he is having a wonderful season.
Mr. Ben.
Applause for Roberts. It's a fantastic goal that he scored against parent club Manchester City in the Champions League on Tuesday. And now it will be Dembele time. Brendan Rodgers' first signing, and what a signing. No. Armstrong. And the maturation of Stuart Armstrong continues apace. Griffiths with the pass. It's Dembele. Oh, he's been thwarted by Lindsay.
I thought it might have been Barton. Terrific ball. Weighted pass. Here's Barton. Good block with his left leg.
Partick Thistle trying to threaten through Ade Aziz, and down he goes. He looks over towards Craig Thompson, And Thompson is going to produce the yellow card, and it will be for simulation. Ade Aziz.
I bet his heart was in his mouth. Craig Thompson. Aziz onside. Talks about his finishing, a real chance. I think he overhits it, doesn't he? Let's see if there's any contact. Oh, I think there is a bit of contact from Aziz. He'll be doing him a disservice. Gordon looks like he catches him. It was a heavy touch though, wasn't it?
Action spills over to the other end. Griffiths. We said that about Aziz, didn't we? That he gets into the positions effectively enough, but he's lacked a bit of confidence facing Chris. Izagirre. Armstrong has been running the game. Izagirre pulls it back. It's another one for Celtic. Callum McGregor. And that should wrap it up this time. McGregor, big smile off the bench and finds the net.
Terrific. Down the left-hand side, little give and go. Armstrong involved again. I think Izagirre's onside. Good pick, good spot from Izagirre. And then it's all about calmness and composure, keeping your head. And Callum McGregor does it with aplomb. Made the finish look easy. That is game, set and match.
Second. Izagirre, and high line favoured by Thistle. It's just the wrong side of the post from Lee Griffiths.
Touch and go whether that was offside for me, but Griffiths is so good at making those runs. He's just onside. Terrific timing, wasn't it? I think Ziggy Gordon gets back and just does enough, puts him under pressure.
Chris, you and I were there. It wasn't a pretty performance, but it was the result that mattered. It got Celtic into the Champions League group stage after missing out 2 years running.
Yeah, and Beersheva were rubbish when they play Celtic, but they're good when they play everybody else.
Well, I thought they were superb against Southampton last night, making sure Southampton didn't progress in the Europa League. As Welsh and dropped by Gordon, but then he gathers at the second time of asking.
Gordon comes confident goalkeeping. It's interesting that Beersheva gave Celtic a real test. Brendan Rodgers happy to get over the line that night.
Celtic final minute now at Firhill. Well, they've loved the Friday night experience. Griffiths.
Just catches Sean Welsh.
Callum McGregor. 'Tis the season to be jolly if you're a Celtic fan. Stuart Armstrong with a pair of goals for Brendan Rodgers this evening. Lee Griffiths certainly playing his part. Scorer of the third goal. Craig Thompson had one big decision to make near the end. Decided to show Aziz the yellow card. Craig Gordon committed himself. Callum McGregor with the fourth Celtic goal. Thistle did get on target through Liam Lindsay. A well-directed header. But Thistle well beaten in this Glasgow derby. Celtic add 3 more